Okay, next video. We've looked at noun phrases and verb phrases. Now let's look at adjective phrases and adverb phrases. So the first thing, again, we're looking at each individual word. We've got to be able to identify what is an adjective, what is an adverb. So take a look at these and label them, please. So here we are. The first one should look a little familiar from when we did noun phrases. We've got two adjectives that we're connecting with a conjunction. So in a sentence, it would be either she was a pretty and sweet person, or she is very pretty and sweet, right? Follow the be verb, or it could be in front of a noun. The second one, we've got a qualifier, very, two adjectives. So this would be right before a noun or a noun phrase, right? A very pretty and lovely young woman, person, right? A dog, whoever, grandmother. Okay, and then the last one, another qualifier with the adverb recklessly. I put the adjective lovely here on purpose because we can see that, 90% of the time, if I see that suffix ly, it's almost positive that that's going to be an adverb, as in recklessly. The adjective form would just be reckless. But we see that there are a few adjectives that just like to be different and cause trouble. Lovely, friendly, ugly. Those are adjectives, but they have an ly ending, just to mess with us. And then the qualifiers, very and to, they kind of put a quality on there. They tell us how pretty, a little bit or a lot, how recklessly. There's a scale, kind of a mental scale that we're using to qualify this adjective or adverb. A quantifier goes with a noun. Okay, quantifiers tell us a quantity. All right, a few, several, many. Those are quantifiers. They go with nouns because for the most part we can count nouns, we can measure nouns, we can put a number on nouns, right? Several tables. Several is a quantifier. We can replace it with a number, 3 tables, right? If we have an adjective like pretty, I can say she's kind of pretty. She's very pretty. She's so pretty. I can't put a quantity on pretty. I can't tell you she's 3 pretty, and I can't put a number there. So that's why qualifiers go with adjectives and adverbs. Quantifiers go with nouns. Two separate things going on. Okay, and now we can just kind of combine these all into phrases. Right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right, the first two have adjectives as the head of the phrase, so those are adjective phrases. And then the third one has an adverb as the head of the phrase. That's an adverb phrase. Let's look at a couple more examples, but put them together with their soulmates. Okay, adjectives describe nouns. So let's look at an example of an adjective phrase with a noun phrase. Adverbs describe verbs. So let's look at an example of an adverb with a verb phrase. All right, so look at these two examples. And again, the first thing we need to do is label each individual word. So pause the video now and try that out. Okay, there you have it. Okay. Just to mess with you, I threw in another word with an ly suffix. That's not an adverb, right? Again, the language is messy, and there are tons of exceptions to every rule. So we have the word particularly. That's difficult for me to pronounce. That's a qualifier. It's modifying the adjective hot. There's no verb in sight, so it cannot be an adverb. right? They is a noun, of course. Drives, verb, obviously. Very, from before we said this is a qualifier. Carefully, the opposite of recklessly. There's our adverb with the ly suffix, right? Okay, so now that we have all of these, let's, again, we have an adjective. So we need an adjective phrase. We have an adverb. We need an adverb phrase. And there you have it. We put the qualifier together with its partner. And we have qualifier and adjective phrase, qualifier and adverb in the adverb phrase. If there were other adjectives, we'd throw that in there. If there were other adverbs, we'd put those together with any conjunctions, right? If it was, if he drove very carefully and slowly, then that and slowly would get thrown into that adverb phrase with that. If there was a negative marker, not, if it was a not particularly hot day. Okay, so we might throw that in there too. But here we go. So now we just partner up again. If I've had an adjective phrase, adjective phrases are going to be partnered with nouns. So they will be part of a noun phrase. Adverbs describe verbs. So adverb phrases partner up with verbs. They're going to be in a verb phrase. And there you have it. Our noun phrase that contains a noun and with its adjective phrase. And a verb phrase that contains a verb with its adverb phrase. I hope this is very clear to you and not too confusing. We've got a couple more videos in this series. So next we'll look at prepositions.